Earlier, we saw a lot of integer and a float variables, and we tried different arithmetic and logical operators on these variables. Now we'll use the string variables and we'll see different operators working on the string. Like the plus operator, which we were using between the integer and a float to get the sum of the two variables. Similarly, we have a plus operator here for a strings. It helps to add two strings, or in short, we can say it concatenates two strings. It joins the two strings together. Similarly, we have a multiplication operator for strings, which does the multiplication on strings. As in, if we have a string and we use this multiplication operator, then specify the number, then the particular variable of string will be repeated those number of times and will concatenate it together as a one string. Further, we have a square bracket. Square bracket on a string is used to extract the character on a particular position. Inside the square brackets, we can use a colon. These colons are used to extract a certain length of the characters in a certain way from a particular string. Let's know more about these operators with some hands-on experience. So let's open our text editor and we'll write some code there. First of all, let's try to create our first variable as string one, and let's say it is hello. Similarly, we have another s2 variable which is word. Let's let's try to use our plus operator and print what is s1 plus s2. This plus operator is between two string variables. Let's see what our result will be. We run our file and we saw hello world as a one word because the plus operators just joins these two strings together. It concatenates these two strings. The plus operator does not add any space to look it more uh, beautiful. It just joins two strings. Now let's try our multiplication operator onto a string. We can say s1 multiplied 3 times. Let's save this and run our program. We can say we can see hello is being printed 3 times. It is because the multiplication operator worked on a string one and repeated it 3 times and then concatenated them all together into one string, joined them all into one string which says hello but 3 times. Similarly, we can use S1 and then use our square bracket. Then inside the square bracket, we need to specify the position of the inside the string whose character which we want to extract. So if we want to get the first character in a string one, which is he here, we need to give a position of this character inside the string. In natural counting, the he is a h in a hello is at first position. Like the h character in the hello word is at first position. But in Python, the counting starts from 0. It does not start from natural 1. So the h is at 0th position, e is at first position, l is at second position, second l is at third position, and o is at fourth position. So to extract the first character in the S1 string, we need to give the position of first character, which is 0. Let's save this and run our program. we got H printed as the H is the first character. Similarly, we can try to print what is at the second position in the S1 string. We got E as E is at the second position. So this is the way how counting goes in forward direction. It starts from 0. Similarly, we have the counting in reverse direction. In Python, while counting from reverse direction, we specify -1. Minus to specify the reverse direction, and 1 is the counting of the last index or the last position. So -1 specifies the last position in a string, which will have a character of O. So let's save this and run our program. It says O. Similarly, to go one step back from backward, we need to specify the location of the second last character, which is at -2. Let's save our program and run it. We got L because L is at the second position from the last. So the counting from reverse direction will be something like -1, then -2, then -3, then -4, then -5. Now let's use a colon to extract a certain length of string from our S1 string. So what if we want only the he from hello string? So we need to specify the starting position, which is 0, and we need to specify the ending position where our string should end, which is at second position. So what the S1 string will extract is it starts looking from 0th position, which is H, and it goes to 1, then it stops when it hits the ending position, which is 2. So what we'll get is only the he as an output. Let's try to run it, and we only got he. Note that it might look like on the left hand side the integer which we gave is being included in our output, and on the right hand side the integer which we gave is not being included inside the output length. Now let's try to know how we can extract the characters in a certain way. Suppose we want to extract characters in only the odd characters, or the characters which occur only at odd position. Like here H is at 0th position, then we don't want E, we want L, then uh, we don't want the second L, then we want the O. So we want to skip all the even position uh, characters. So we can do that by specifying first the length over which we want to uh, go through to extract the character. Then we need to specify the skipping rate at which we should skip the characters. And here the number goes is 2. So whatever number we give here will be subtracted by 1, and that will be the skipping rate every time the Python will follow. So what does this whole string mean is that start counting from 0, go till you hit the 5th index, and skip every 2 minus first, which is equal to 1 element while doing so. So it starts from 0, can skips the first, then get to L, then skips the second L, and then goes to O. So let's try to print the output. It is HLO as expected. Now what will happen if we replace this 2 to 1? Now this 1 position is at -1 will be 0. So the skipping rate is actually 0. So the Python code will understand is from this expression is that go from 0th index to the 5th index, and while going so, skip every 0th character. So it will skip nothing, and it should print the whole string. So we got the hello as a whole string in output. Let's get back to our slides. Right now, what we saw was string operations. Now, sometimes you need to also print the string in a certain way so that you can better understand the result. That's why we need string formatting. So let's try to understand this string formatting with the help of some code. As we saw, with the help of a plus operator, we can join two strings, like the name can be name and the surname can be surname, and these two are in different variables. Now, if we want to print the whole name of a person, what we will do is we can print name plus surname, but this will just concatenate the name and surname, but we also want them to have some space. So we will add a string which have only space in them. Let's try to run this, and here we can see the name and the surname are being displayed at least more visually pleasing way. We have a space between these two words. Similarly, sometimes you might have to print other variables along with the string. Right now we had string printed along with the string. In, if we want to print an integer with the string, what should we do? Like if we want to print a name, then we want to print the rank of that person. We can say rank equals to 3, and then we can write here rank. First the name variable added with a space, then a rank. Let's try to print this. We got some error here. The string did not print. This is because the rank is an integer type variable where these two variables which we were trying to concatenate were the string type. So the operator can work inside here, but this operator is not defined yet. We don't have any operator which works between string and an integer. So we cannot print our rank with the name in this way. So this is why we need some string formatting so that we can print different type of variables along with the string. So we can say that this is the place where you will use formatting. So let's say we want to have a greeting for every person with that person name and the rank. So we can say greeting, then we have the string, whichever string we want. So we can say congratulations. Then here we want the name of that person. Then we here the name should be gone here. Then we want to say the rank of that person. So the second thing should be the rank. This is the way we want the greeting to be. So to achieve that, we use these curly brackets inside the string. And here we can specify a variable, maybe variable 1, variable 2. Let's get this a bit bigger. Then at the end, we need to use a format function like this. Then we can say inside here v1 is name and v2 variable is rank. So we had two variables v1 and v2 inside the string. Then we use format like this. Within the format, we said v1 is equal to name variable and the v2 is equal to rank variable. Let's try to print our greeting string variable. As we saw, congratulations, then the name, and then the rank came. This is what we wanted. Right now, the greeting string looks a bit longer and we need to have two more variables inside it. So why not make it shorter? We can do this by having a shorter form of format function. We can start it by adding f at the starting. Then within the double quotes, we can have the whole string. This f means it's formatted string. We can say congratulations, then within the curly bracket, we can directly give the variable. Then in the other curly bracket, we can give another variable, and these variable can be of any type. Now let's print our result and let's see if we got the same result, but it's a much more shorter way of getting the same result. These are called the formatted string, and F, we use F and the starting of the double quotes to get our formatted string. Let's get back to our slides and go further. Like the format method or the function which we just use after that string, there are many inbuilt methods, and you can use these methods in a similar way we use format, which is over here. Similarly, we have a capitalize method. If you write a string and at the end you add dot capitalize, it will convert the whole string to be of uppercase, which means like the hello word which we had earlier, it was all the characters were the small characters. They were lowercase characters. And if we use this capitalize over there instead of format, it would have converted our hello world string into a full uppercase hello world string. Similarly, there are a lot of methods you can use directly onto a string. Here is a list. You can try them out later.